So picture this. You've just bought that brand new, highly anticipated foundation. You take it home, try it on, and oh no, it is literally the complete wrong shade. No big deal, right? You'll just return it. But then you start digging through your bag, you check your wallet, and it hits you. You've completely lost the paper receipt. Well, welcome to our latest explainer. Today, we are tackling a universal dread in the beauty community, and we're going to show you exactly how to navigate this modern retail landscape to get your money back.
Look, we have all been there. Losing a receipt is incredibly frustrating, especially when you're dealing with pretty expensive beauty products. You might think that missing slip of paper means you're just stuck with a product you absolutely can't use. But I promise you there is a clear, stress-free path to getting this resolved. Let's dive right in and see exactly how you can still secure that refund. Okay, first things first, don't panic. Seriously, take a breath. Missing a little piece of thermal paper doesn't mean it's a total loss anymore. Sephora actually operates with some highly advanced digital safety nets and modern database verification systems. These are specifically designed to save your refund. You just got to know how to access them.
Here is our quick roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with a lost receipt dilemma, move into Sephora's verification solutions, cover the rules for a smooth return, look at managing return tracking, and finally wrap up with future-proofing your returns.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the lost receipt dilemma. So, if you look at Sephora's official return policy, it strictly denies refunds, exchanges, or even store credit if you don't have proof of purchase. Basically, if a product is totally unverified in their system, it's just a hard no. The old days of walking in with a random bottle of lotion and walking out with cash, yeah, those are long gone. So the absolute key here is that your success completely depends on finding alternative digital proof to satisfy that proof of purchase requirement. Which brings us to Section 2, Sephora's verification solutions. If you're new to this whole process, there are 3 really simple, incredibly easy ways to verify a purchase electronically. First up is the Beauty Insider database. If you gave your phone number or email at the register, boom, the system has a record of it. If you aren't enrolled yet, you should definitely do it next time. It literally takes 10 seconds and acts like an automatic digital receipt. Second is the credit or debit card reverse lookup. If you bought that eyeshadow palette with a physical card, just hand that exact same card to the cashier. They swipe it, reverse search their database, and find your exact transaction. And third, if you ordered online or through an app like DoorDash or Instacart, all you have to do is show your digital order history or shipping email right on your phone. This breaks down the actual outcomes based on Sephora's operational data, and it's pretty eye-opening. If you use your Beauty Insider profile, a card reverse lookup, or digital records to verify the purchase, you get a full refund to your original payment method. Like, you actually get your real money back. But if you provide absolutely no information and the item is totally unverifiable, the outcome is a strict denial. End of story. Moving right along to Section 3, rules for a smooth return. Now, finding the transaction is only half the battle. The criteria starts with a very important number, 30. You have a strict 30-day window from the purchase date, or the shipping date if it was an online order, to make your return. And what's really interesting here is the history behind this. Sephora actually used to have a super generous policy offering store credit for up to 60 days. But due to chronic abuse, they updated the policy in 2025. That 60-day window? Completely gone. If you wait 31 days, your return is going to be systematically rejected, even if you do have a receipt. The next major rule is all about the condition of the item. Sephora does accept opened products, but they must be quote-unquote gently used. So what does that actually mean in practice? Well, it means you bought a foundation, pumped it a couple of times to test the color, realized it was totally wrong, and brought it back. The bottle is still mostly full. But if you bring in an empty bottle or some heavily depleted eyeshadow palette that you've clearly been using for a month, it's getting denied, regardless of your receipt status. It is, after all, a retail business, not a makeup rental service. You also really need to know where to return your item because, honestly, not all Sephoras are created equal. A standalone, freestanding Sephora store is usually highly flexible. They have all those great database lookup tools we just talked about, but Sephora at Kohl's, that is a different story. They operate on a completely segregated inventory system. Kohl's enforces a strict zero-tolerance policy for Sephora items. No receipt means absolutely no return. Plus, you literally cannot return a Kohl's-bought Sephora item to a standalone store, and vice versa. It just won't work. Now, sometimes if a product is maybe slightly outside the window or there's some kind of unique circumstance, a manager might grant a rare, unverified override. But be warned, if this happens, you are not getting your cash back. You'll receive a 16-digit merchandise credit. And because the specific card lacks a secure PIN, it is geographically locked. meaning you can only use it in person at a physical Sephora store. You absolutely cannot use it online at Sephora.com.
Let's shift gears to Section 4, managing the return tracking.
So, behind the scenes, you might actually be surprised to learn that Sephora uses some pretty sophisticated third-party software. It's called the Retail Equation, or TRE for short, and it's developed by a company called Abris Retail. When you attempt an unverified return or you need one of those manager overrides, the cashier is going to ask for your valid government-issued photo ID, like your driver's license. They scan the barcode on the back, and TRE essentially acts as an algorithmic gatekeeper. It tracks your return volume and your return velocity to flag what the retail industry calls friendly fraud. Buying things just to use them once for a party and then returning them. If this algorithm decides you are abusing the system, it's going to block your transaction right there at the register and hit you with this striking number, a 365-day return ban. Yeah, for an entire year, you will be completely barred from executing any return or exchange at any Sephora location, even if you walk in with a perfectly valid receipt for a brand new, unopened item.
But hey, we all know computer systems make mistakes. Sometimes things like identity errors or shared family accounts can trigger false bans. If you ever feel you've been wrongly banned, you do have rights. As our source material points out, consumers are legally entitled to request a copy of their Retail Activity Report, or RAR, directly from the TRLE online portal within 60 days. You can actually pull this report, see exactly which transactions are being held against you, and dispute any inaccuracies. All right, let's wrap things up with Section 5, future-proofing your returns.
Here are the absolute most actionable steps you can take starting today so you never have to worry about this again. First, always give your phone number or email at checkout to link your Beauty Insider account. It is literally the ultimate digital safety net. Second, digitize your physical receipts instantly. There are tools like the Receipter AI scanner that let you snap a photo of your receipt the second it prints. Third, hold on to your original product packaging for the full 30 days. And lastly, if you do opt for an e-receipt at the register, just do a quick check on your phone to make sure it actually hit your inbox before you walk out of the store. Before we finish up, it's absolutely crucial to remember this disclaimer. Corporate retail policies are constantly evolving to fight fraud. While the strict 30-day window and the Beauty Insider lookups are standard right now, you should always verify the most current return details with your local Sephora store. This is especially true if you are shopping at a partnered location like Kohl's. So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Have you set up your digital safety net for your next big beauty haul? Honestly, don't let a lost piece of paper cost you your hard-earned money. Take 10 seconds to link your account, digitize those purchases, and shop with total peace of mind. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and happy shopping!